What's up, you guys? It has been quite a while, but I have a special guest. This is my husband, Johnny. And if you couldn't tell by the title of the video, he's having knee surgery. And I just thought we could chat a little bit about it, because I'm never on the opposite end of this spectrum. I'm always the one that's having the knee surgery, being the one who has to like prep and everything, so.
And now she's the one doing the knee surgery.
Yeah.
So we're really excited about that opportunity.
Now I'm the one who actually sits in the waiting room and does nothing for like 2 hours. I don't know how to do this. I just wanted to ask him some questions because he's never been through one of these before, and if you're watching this, you've probably either had a knee surgery or are about to have a knee surgery, so you're either in my camp or his camp.
And you certainly at least have knees, which means you're in both of our camps.
So then I would ask him a couple questions just before the fact to see, you know, I've done this, it will be 5 times this fall, but I've done this 4 times myself, so it's not funny, okay?
I didn't say it was funny.
I've done this a couple times before, so I'm intrigued to see someone's perspective who hasn't gone through this. The last almost 10 years of my life have been consumed with knee problems, so thought I'd ask you a couple things. Okay, first question, and I get this frequently in the comments of my videos, but are you nervous about the surgery? What are your, what are your thoughts about tomorrow as a whole?
I don't think about the fact that I'm having surgery.
Oh?
No.
Why?
Because if I don't think about it, then I can't be nervous about it.
Okay.
I am very nervous about needles. I don't like anesthetic. And by that I mean I don't like the IV that puts the anesthetic into my body. So that's the part I'm most nervous about.
Getting a needle in your arm?
Yes. I'm not awake for the rest of it. Why would I care about what happens during the rest of it?
Because
the only thing I'm slightly nervous about is dying, but I have no control over that, so there's no point in thinking about it. The only thing that I am both awake for and have any amount of control over is them putting a needle in my arm. So that's the only thing I have to be nervous about.
You have no control over the fact that they're going to put a needle in your arm?
Sure I do. I can stop it from happening, or I can jerk and I can mess it up.
You're not going to stop it from happening.
I'm saying hypothetically I could.
Oh.
Primarily, if I do something wrong, I could injure myself more during that process. Whereas when I'm in surgery, I can't do anything, so there's nothing for me to be nervous about.
I guess. I was super nervous for my first one and the second one, and that was definitely not my experience at all. I guess my next question to you is, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. In the waiting room? I have to go get the car and stuff? Can I go get, I don't know.
Yeah, you're welcome to leave, I think. I don't know. They probably don't recommend it. Actually, no, I think they want someone who's sapient to stay the whole time. Lest something happen and something need to be done quickly. But you just kind of sit there. I think I took a book and my 3DS and played Pokemon most of the time. Yeah, you just kind of chill. And try not to fall asleep because it's early in the morning, although mine is not as early as yours was.
I guess I forgot to mention this. What is the surgery you're having? Why are you having surgery? What's wrong with you?
My knee's messed up. I have a small tear in my lateral meniscus on my left knee. We don't really have any idea why it's torn, other than the fact that it got a tear in it, hence it's torn. It is torn on some part of it that I didn't fully understand because I don't know how MRIs work. The biggest thing is less the tear and more the fact that there's a piece of it, which confusingly, I don't think is the part that's torn. It's not like a flap tore loose. I think it's another part. Not positive on this. I'm not the orthopedic surgeon. But some part of it is flipped back and kind of stuck in between where a couple of the bones are supposed to go, because the meniscus kind of wraps around where the bones meet, I think is my understanding. And so that's in there. And so it's basically I've got a small, somewhat squishy, but still hard pebble in my knee, hence the fact that it's been irritated, stiff, and swollen for a while. And again, no particular injury. This just happened.
Running, moving a couch.
And running while moving the couch was probably a bad idea.
You did not do that.
I maybe misunderstood the couch potato 4K. 5K. That's what happens when I work in video more often than I work in fitness, hence the fact that I said 4K instead of 5K. Disregard that. Moving on.
After my surgery, my mom, well, after surgery number 2, 1, I don't remember which one it was.
They all blend together.
They do. My mom asked me what food I wanted to eat after my surgery. Your meal of choice. Okay, my meal of choice was chicken nuggets, which was amazing.
But didn't you also then proceed to relieve yourself of those chicken nuggets in a rather violent manner shortly thereafter?
Yeah, but...
Yeah, see...
But I was happy in the moment. What is your meal? What is going to be your meal of choice after the fact?
I spent close to 4 hours thinking this through, and I never really came up with a satisfactory answer, so by default, it is meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and lima beans, just because in my brain, that's the most comforting meal there is. Hopefully it tastes yummy. I really have no idea. Really, when I first thought of it, I just want a smoothie, but that doesn't super duper count as a meal. And so...
You might not even want a whole meal, to be honest, but I kid you not, every time we go out to a restaurant, he wants to order the meatloaf. Why, you may ask?
I consider ordering the meatloaf because meatloafs are like a rainbow in that every way you look at them is slightly different and brings a slightly different perspective to your world of beef-related bread-named products. And they're, save in the situation where they are glazed with something atrociously sweet, which is more often the case of ham loaf, and that stuff's repulsive, don't even get me started. But meatloaf, when unglazed and prepared properly such that it has a still meaty but softer texture, is wonderful. It's like a hamburger that you don't have to chew as much. And every food you don't have to chew is a better food. Yogurt, Kraft Singles, and macaroni and cheese.
Are you joking? Kraft Singles aren't even cheese.
You take it and you put the corner in your mouth and you just kind of...
Are you joking?
Until it slides down your throat.
Oh my gosh. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It doesn't require any teeth. It's magical.
Oh, you are actually 100 years old.
Am I 100 or am I 5? You'll never know. And don't even get me started on yogurt. It's already doesn't require teeth, and then they made a drinkable version of it.
That is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard. That's an entirely different video. If you want us to start a series on foods that he loves that I hate, let me know, because we could do this all day.
Or vice versa.
Yeah, we could do this all day.
For multiple days subsequently.
I guess I'll just end this with one last question. Is there anything that you've learned from my experiences, like from watching me go through this, especially watching it like firsthand earlier this year? Anything that you can maybe apply or you're gonna take with you and like kind of just store in the back of your mind as like, oh, I'll remember that because I saw how Allie dealt with it and...
For like the surgery or for the event as a whole?
I guess both. So like for the surgery and then also just for the whole thing.
For the surgery, no, because I wasn't really there for any part of that experience. As I already mentioned, there's not really anything that I'm nervous about with the actual surgery. It just is a thing that's going to happen to me and I can't do anything about it. I'm only ever nervous about things over which I have a certain amount of control because I'm nervous about my own failure, not the failures of other people. Things outside of my control just don't matter to me whatsoever. As for the event as a whole, I think the biggest thing would probably be that it's going to be harder than I imagine it's going to be. I mean, like we were just talking this afternoon, that I have a fairly rosy outlook as far as my capabilities in the 3 to 5 days post-surgery and like what I'll be able to do. And I'm like, oh, sure, I can help with the dog and things like that. Because I know that it's going to be stressful for you to have to handle everything and I don't want that to be the case. And I think my not wanting that to be the case has me thinking, I will just make that not be the case. But that doesn't always work out. And I know if recovery, especially like the first couple weeks, was as hard for you, who is far stronger and more willful than I am, that it's probably going to be difficult. And so...
But mine was a lot more extensive, so I guess it depends on to what degree they...
That's true.
...fix everything up.
Well, yeah, that's something we should say, is they're actually not sure if they're going to repair the meniscus tear. Again, not an orthopedic surgeon, so I'm a little bit confused, but they're definitely cutting off the part that's folded over, because that will get rid of most of the issue. And if all they do is that, we're talking like a 2 to 3 day recovery, which seems, because it's basically just let the scars heal and then you're good to go. It's if they do the repair that I'm looking at a long-term rehabilitation process.
Right.
I could be good to go, but in case they do the repair, which the doctor would like to do, I don't know why he wouldn't. Time number 3, not an orthopedic surgeon. In that case, I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that it's gonna be a bit of a process while also not letting that get me down. I recently came upon my optimism from her like 2 years into our dating, and I think it's kind of latched onto me. And so it's trying to find that balance between realism and optimism that I'm not very good at. I'm either like way down here, where's my hand? Way down here or way up here. So yeah, that's probably going to be the hardest, but I also think one of the most important things, because if I'm expecting to be up here and I'm down here, or even like here, then I'm going to be discouraged that I'm not up here and then I'm going to end up down here. But if I aim for here and I'm down here, I might be able to cheer myself to up here. But if I'm down here and aim to be here, then I might,
Yeah. Okay.
I just intentionally made that last part as confusing as possible.
I know. So that's it for us right now. The next time you see us, we will look probably more tired than we do now.
Which is saying something.
But yeah, we'll be headed to the surgeon bright and early in the morning, and I will have to get coffee because that's like a prerequisite for this.
And I can't, because surgery restrictions.
So I will get coffee anyway. See you guys in a little bit.
There's orange everywhere. It's nice. See you back here shortly. Okay, I'll come and talk to you guys after.
Thank you.
That's a good question.
I don't think I have any.
Wow.
I got an MRI and there was no problem, so.
Okay, that's true.
So no, that's not what I meant.
Sorry.
Like if you had like a screw or a metal plate.
Okay, I seriously need one of these mirrors in my house. Like, look at this. It's amazing. Makes the lighting make me look not as tired as I really am. I'm just waiting for Johnny to get done with surgery, but I have to be quiet. I wonder if you can even hear me. Can you hear me? Anyway. His surgery was about an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll see if he gets done anytime soon. Move, geese! Move! Oh, I don't actually want to hit you. Excuse me, goose. Oh my gosh, so many geese. They're over there too. Oh my word. Hey guys, we're back. I am the chauffeur of the invalid behind me. He's all fixed up, looking good.
Sad for my hair.
He looks a little exhausted. I'm kind of exhausted, but it's been really good. Surgery went really well, and we're just gonna try and get him up the stairs to our apartment and get him all rested up.
Woot!
Woot woot.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Where are you gonna sit down?
I was going to look at the kidney thing.
So I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends. It's been a long day already. To be honest, Johnny hasn't been feeling super great most of the day. I could have done a better job. What's up?
I was
gotta be careful not to throw my weight forward.
I have been incredibly stressed. I'm drowning.
Bye.
Goodbye.